Hey.
Hey.
What are you doing here?
Oh, well, Mason's kind of hanging out with Joseph right now, so I just wanted to explore a little bit.
Yeah. Honestly, I've been trying to avoid Mason for the past few days here. Ever since I found out, like, what the true reason why we were invited.
Oh. So you know.
Yeah. I mean, I know you're just his assistant. I don't really blame you. But it's kind of uncomfortable. Like, I mean, I didn't really even know about this whole mansion murder till recently, and now it just feels like I'm being brought into something I was never a part of all of a sudden, and it's like, I don't know, I just don't know how to react right now, and I don't know who to trust, because sometimes I question if everyone in this boat is untrustworthy, but then I realize maybe they're not, and then maybe I'm just overthinking it, because honestly, I kind of did get burned a lot by people in high school. And I didn't have the best run at it, and, you know, it kind of hurt me for a while, especially gave me severe trust issues, and with this whole trip, it's not exactly helped those, you know?
Well, I'm sure the reason Mason invited all of you guys here, I mean, we know it's because of, you know, the murder, but
yeah.
I don't think his intentions were bad. I don't think he was trying to harm you guys in any way, and I get you weren't a part of the situation, but maybe you have some connection that you didn't know about.
I don't know. I guess I was quote unquote near the mansion hunting with my dad at that point, but I don't know. It just kind of stings. Like, I mean, if this was the reason, I would at least like to know up front and learn it from him, but I had to learn from other people. You know?
I mean, the only problem with him telling you straight up is that you guys would be less inclined to come on the cruise itself.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Like, if he were to tell you, oh, you're going to go on a cruise because we can't, because of a murder that happened, would you be very inclined to go? Maybe you, but I don't know about Joseph or the other one, James.
Yeah. I don't know. It just feels like 3 random people got invited. I mean, honestly, for what Joseph tells me, he didn't even meet Mason till the mansion thing. I mean, before the mansion, till after the mansion thing happened. Ugh. That's what he told me, at least. I don't know.
Well, him and Mason are probably chatting it up right now.
Yeah, probably. It's just something I wonder, you know? Especially how, like, even if there was someone who did commit murder was here, isn't it kind of dangerous, but it's all on a boat? Like, I mean, it's not exactly we could get help immediately.
True. I mean, you
mean,
are correct.
I mean, it's not even like we're in a public place or like somewhere where we could easily get out. Like, I mean, I know the mansion had a locking mechanism, but take away the locking mechanism, people could escape the mansion if need be. But it's not like we could escape the water unless we wanted to drown.
And even if someone were to get murdered, there's still a killer, and we wouldn't know who it was.
Yeah, so, and that would put us all in mortal danger on this boat.
I mean, there's those boats, the lifeboats thingies, you know.
I guess, but I don't know.
But even then, if you were to get on a boat with everyone on the same boat, you're still with the murderer.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, a part of me wonders, like, what else has been hidden from me, you know? Like, I mean, obviously the main reason why we're here, but is there any other major secrets I should know about that may cause harm to me?
Not that I can think of, or at least not that I can tell you.
Oh.
As much as I'd love to, I'm only an assistant. I mean,
that's fair. Really... I wouldn't want you to get in trouble with your boss, even if your boss is shady.
I mean, I've been working for Mason for a decent amount of time now, and it wouldn't be the most ideal thing to...
Yeah, I understand.
To be on his bad side.
Yeah, it's fine. I don't know. Yeah, it's just something I'm worried about, especially because, you know, the potential danger on this boat as is, and even if it is paranoia or not, you know, the idea that I could potentially be murdered even though I did not know anything about this case till recently kind of freaks me out. Like, it's not like I asked to, you know, be involved in a murder case even though I had nothing to do with it, you know?
I guess what you could do for now is at least to try not to think about it.
Yeah, I'm just trying to avoid Mason, just try to avoid avoid talking to people and thinking about it. It's just kind of hard, especially with, you know, people.
Yeah. Yeah, I get it.
I mean, you do seem nice, though. I know you're just doing your job sometimes, and I do get then respect that. But, you know, it's just... I just kind of wish I got to know a bit sooner, you know? Like, at least...
Do you feel like you could have done a better introduction for all of us?
Yeah. I don't know. It's interesting. Even then, I don't even know what this trip will entail. Like, I mean, everything seems to be going alright, besides the tension on the ship, obviously.
Well, I can guarantee you that you will be fine. I promise that Mason and I won't let anything happen to you.
Yeah.
As much as you can't trust him right now, Mason will not let anything happen to anybody on the ship.
Yeah. I'm also worried about James, though. I mean, he's only 15, you know? And he's on a boat with a potential murderer, you know?
I mean, that's true. But I think James will be okay. Like I said, Mason isn't going to let anything happen to anybody. I've worked with him for long enough to know that he will not let that happen.
Yeah. So, by the way, does he actually own this boat, or is he renting it?
No, he actually owns this boat.
He's
very wealthy.
Yeah. Can he at least compensate me if a boat...
I mean, if I could talk to him, I'd gladly ask for you.
Yeah. Anyways, though, you want to go hang out at the pool?
Sure.
Cool.
Oh, Andrew!
Huh? Oh, hey.
How you doing?
I'm just hanging out up here. Earlier, I went and hung out at the pool with, Kira for a bit, and I decided to take a break and come up here and just get some
Wait. Kira, you mean that ugly woman that's always following Mason around?
I mean, she's not really ugly, but yes.
Interesting. So I don't really know much about her. Do you think you could kind of describe some stuff? I noticed that she's on the weirder side from the few interactions I have had with her, so I want to know.
I mean...
You got any, like, weird vibes off of her, because, you know, with our previous discussion?
Not really. Honestly, I'm getting the kind of vibes that she's just a person who just happened to be in this scenario, and she's just a good person trying to do what is right. I mean, even if...
Positive?
Yeah, I mean, I get good person vibes from her. I mean, Mason, I get extremely shady vibes. Maybe part of Mason wants to be good, but then part of it is also shaded and corrupted by it, you know? So, you know, it's... But I get good person vibes from her, and she's just, you know, just in a situation where she's working with someone who may be on the bit more shady side, you know? It's fine. She honestly seems like a nice person.
You seem to have a weird taste for people, I must say. Like, you're saying some of us are shady, some of us are suspicious, some of us are innocent. How do you get your, like...
I have a radar, basically. Basically, I kind of tell who's, like, innocent and kind of who's shifty. I mean, like, I definitely get super innocent vibes from... you know, the...
Didn't you mention that you always lived in the woods by yourself except your father before? So...
yeah. My mom left when I was young. I don't really remember her, but, you know.
How do you know what vibe to give people?
Yeah, you know, I just... Look, I have dealt with a lot of liars in my life, and I can get vibes from people. You know? So, you know.
Oh, are you ready to... explore the ship? Like, are you ready for us to leave the ship tomorrow?
Yeah, honestly, at this point, like, after that, I think I'll just stay in contact with James for a while, because he seems really nice, and I think I'll just stay in contact with him and kind of hang out with him occasionally, once we get off the ship. But, yeah, I think I'll try to avoid Mason for the rest of my life after this trip, because this trip has been a nightmare. You know? I just...
Doesn't like you just seem to get along with a lot of the people in the ship. Like, Mason seems to be, which is understandable, Mason's a very untrustworthy person at times.
Yeah.
He's the only one you don't seem to get along with, really.
Yeah, normally I
get along with me, right?
I get along with you. You do seem like a nice person. Sometimes things do seem a bit off of you, but honestly, I just think it's the situation you're in. I'm gonna be honest. Like, what situation wouldn't throw off someone, you know, and mess with their head?
Yeah, that.
Yeah, it's just, you know, it's just a lot, and I do want to trust people sometimes, but sometimes people, you know, kind of break it, and then it feels like, oh, I can't really trust you, and, you know. But, you know, I think things are going to work out. As soon as we get off this boat, I'm just gonna get to go back to my normal life. I'm gonna get to go hunting. Maybe I'll eventually start dating again. I'll get back out there.
Again?
Yeah,
I don't want to. Never mind. I don't want to know about your love life. But
my love life was train wreck. Anyways,
it seems like you got a general picture of what you want to do.
Yeah,
that's a good thing.
At this point, I just
want
to
have a clear picture.
You know, I just want to put all this stuff behind me and not be involved in any of this. Like, I personally couldn't care less about any personal drama between Mason or Mason and, you know, you, or the past, or the mansion, or the murder. Like, I could not care less about that kind of history at this point, because, you know, it's just, I wasn't involved. I don't really care about it, because I don't want to get involved. Like, I don't really think it, you know, matters to me. I just want to live my own life and be happy, you know?
Understandable.
Yeah.
So, what are you doing up here anyway? I never remember to ask that. What are you I think I might have asked it, but you never answered. What are you doing up here?
I like to relax up here. I find it relaxing, just feeling the calm sea air and stuff, you know? It's just nice for me.
Kim, I'll have to find it for a second. You're meant to bring up that you're looking for James.
Oh, right, yeah.
Back on recording.
Also, I was wondering where James was as well. I was wondering if he was up here, you know?
Oh, James?
Yeah.
I think he's in his room.
Oh, could you, do you know where his room is?
Oh yeah, it's right next to mine. Do you want me to guide you?
Yeah.
Okay, follow me. Excuse me. Rail? Alright. So let's just jump off this, parkour down here.
Neat.
Ow. Alright. Oh, yeah, just follow me.
Hey, thanks for leading me to James' room.
No problem.
Well, hopefully I can see you around. Oh.
Okay, I was gonna ask what you wanted to talk to him about, but okay.
Oh, yeah, I just wanted to hang out with him, because, you know, again, one of the few people, like, when some of the, he's one of the few people on this boat, again, I actually trust. I don't really trust a lot of people in this thing, you know.
Oh,
anyways,
goodbye.
bye.
Bye.
James, hey!
Hey!
Oh, hey!
Andrew. How you doing?
Oh, I'm good. I just wanted to come and visit you, you know, since I haven't hung out with you all day on this ship. I hung out with Kira earlier. We hung out at the pool, then I talked to Joseph, and that was fun. We kind of hung out, and then he led me to your room, so I wanted to check out what you were doing.
Oh, I wasn't really doing much right now. I was just kind of like sitting here, and I was sitting outside earlier, admiring the sun. And it's a bit too warm out there, so I came in here to sit here. We can talk out here if you want.
Oh yeah, I would like to talk out on the balcony. Balconies are so nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. But I'm so glad, like, I have a chance to actually, you know, hang out with you. Well, we're probably gonna get to hang out outside the ship, you know. Because, you know, it's gonna be really fun.
It's definitely good. I'm definitely glad that we were able, at least, you know, I was able to at least meet you and
Yeah.
everyone else. Even if things are still a bit weird and, I guess, shady with
Oh,
right
yeah.
in this first place, Mason.
Yeah, the Mason guy is honestly very shady. Like, you know.
He is very much very like shady to me, and I don't know what his deal is. Like, I mean,
Yeah, honestly,
Yeah, he has the
sometimes I
assistant,
wonder
too.
the deal of most people on the ship at this point. You know.
the only real person that I actually trust is you, considering the fact that, well, to my knowledge, Joseph knows Mason from a few years ago when a mansion incident.
Yeah.
Then Kira is Mason's assistant currently.
I mean, I'm gonna be
Mason's already
honest.
pretty shady enough in himself.
To be
so,
honest, I kind
yeah.
of trust Kira, though. I mean, she feels, to me, she feels more like a genuine person, you know? Rather than Mason, who feels like he's putting up some kind of facade or always has a secret or two up against his sleeve, you know?
I mean, yeah, that is very true, considering the fact that she is slightly younger than, Mason, so, that's be kind of what I expect from an assistant as well.
Yeah, I think things work out, you know, it's just a bit, you know, yeah, people on this boat sometimes are questionable. Even, as much as it's sad to say, I do think sometimes that Joseph does come off a little bit suspicious, but I think there's something, I do think he's a good person, you know, and I just think maybe he's hiding a secret too. Honestly, but I don't know. Feels like a lot of people here are hiding a secret or two. Unfortunately.
Yeah, it definitely does feel like that.
I mean, people are very complicated, you know?
Yeah, that's very true.
But hey, what would you like to do outside the cruise? I mean, once we get back, like, maybe we try and go mini golfing, or I could teach you how to hunt.
Maybe.
I think hunting. I think you'd be good at
do
hunting.
some hunting skills to, you know, defend myself from things that try to attack me in the woods if I ever decide to go camping anytime soon.
Camping is pretty great, but there are a lot of bugs around, so you could do get a bunch of bug spray.
Yeah, bugs very much are annoying.
Yeah. But you know, this was a good chat, but I'm gonna go to my room to maybe take a nap for a bit, alright?
Night.
Night.
You know, tacos, they're just delicious, crunchy treats that you always think, oh, maybe, I know it's completely irrelevant, but yeah, you know what,
Hi? Why is walking to a conversation
hi,
about
Andrew.
tacos?
what do you know? It's Andrew. Hey, Andrew, how do you feel about keeping this lady busy? I'm just gonna be going to my room now.
hey,
She makes me
something
uncomfortable. So yeah,
right?
you go ahead and talk to
Are
her,
you
okay?
alright? That was weird. Hey, why were you guys talking about tacos? That's kind of a weird conversation to walk into.
I was just trying to start basic conversation, and of course he had to run away.
Yeah, Joseph is weird. Honestly, he probably has quite a few secrets.
I just think he has something against me.
Maybe it's the fact that you're connected to Mason, and I don't know, something about Mason reminds him of something I guess he doesn't like. I mean, I know he says he has nothing to do with the incident, but part of me thinks maybe he does. I don't know. You know, like, I don't know how he would be involved either-wise. Like, I mean, I guess me and James kind of make sense to invite, but I don't know, him, it just makes no sense why he was invited, you know? If he supposedly had no contact with that party or wasn't even around, met Mason at a later date, you know?
I can understand where you're coming from. Oh, speaking of Mason, I promise that I didn't ask him before, but I promise that I will ask him about the boat, and I will make sure that you get it.
Aw, thank you. I really do appreciate it, though.
You really do deserve it. You really do.
Yeah, and, you know, if you want after we get off the cruise, maybe you could, like, hang out with me, because me and James are gonna hang out after the cruise, and maybe you could hang out, and, like, we all just kind of hang out, and just kind of let the whole cruise incident kind of act like it didn't happen, just hang out as, like, friends and stuff, and I think it would be cool if we all just hang out every once in a while, you know?
Would be nice. I mean, I've had a great time hanging out with you. I haven't really had time to hang out with James, but I'm sure we can work that out.
Yeah, I mean, you guys seem like nice people. Honestly, I don't know. Some like I would say Mason's a little bit shifty, and Joseph is shifty. I don't know. To me, I know he isn't did anything in particular. It's just there's an energy about him, you know, that just feels off. I haven't mentioned it to him, but you know, I feel like it'd be like, wait, why would you feel that way? You know, it's just there's something about him. But you know, it's fine. After this, I think life will be good. I installed a few dating apps, eventually looking forward to getting on a date with a guy. You know, I think eventually I'll, you know, get on that dating horse again after some messy relationships.
Just be careful on dating apps.
Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah, people are very confusing.
And weird.
Yeah.
Very weird.
Very weird. You know. But yeah, ooh, maybe we could go hang out in my pool near my house. Well, not my pool, but like I have a community pool.
Mm-hmm.
And I was thinking we could hang out there. I know there's a pool like on the boat and stuff, but you know, I think the pool would be nice every once in a while to hang out at, you know?
I mean, you sound like you have everything all planned out after this cruise.
After this cruise,
you know,
I think the future's gonna be bright, honestly, for me. Like, I'm gonna get my life on track. I'm gonna move on from all the loss in my life. And I'm just gonna move forward as, you know, and try to live the best life I can. And I'm excited for that.
You sound like you know what you want to do after the cruise is over, and I have no idea what I want to do. All I can really see is like working for Mason.
I mean, did you always want to be a receptionist?
No.
Then find a job that you really want. Like,
I do like working with Mason, and I'm
know.
scared that if we don't work together anymore, we're going to lose touch. And we're not going to stand each other.
You don't have to work with each other to not stay in touch. I mean, honestly, I believe you should follow your dreams. Whether that's writing, acting, I don't know, singing, you know, owning a restaurant, you know?
Oh, speaking of restaurant, I actually have to go to dinner right now.
Oh, alright, yeah. But I'll see you tomorrow, though, right?
Yep, I promise I will see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I will get you that boat.
Yeah,
okay?
Cool. Yeah,
I will get you that boat.
See you around.
See ya.
The water looks really nice right now. I like the moon. It's so peaceful out here, you know? I should probably go in soon. Yeah. Ah!